Myself, Dr.Shalini Ninoria. I am from Teerthankar Mahaeer University, being an associate professor with capacity. Now my title is for bootstrapping render forest and guide for prediction of white spot diseases among shrimp farmers. And the paper is a published paper, which is the recent paper published in the year 2020-22, and with Eja HR, and I was one of the co-author in that. And the paper has been published in Scientific Reports of Nature portfolio. As per the FDP's today's last day, we can understand and everyone is now aware that machine learning has become an indispensable area or the tool for every sector, like your education, banking, business, retail, agriculture, everywhere. That we can utilize this, and many of the researchers they are leveraging the benefits of this amazing tool for developing many of the tools to just to have better contribution into societal development. So because of this reason, we have chose this particular field. I don't know what happened. This particular field, and here this study is particularly related with the disease prevention and detection. And study has been inspired from the COVID-19 scenario. Like at that time, also many of the tools have been developed by the researchers, and machine learning have played, or artificial intelligence in short, if you can say, they have played a vital role, and many of the tools have been developed at that time, and they have supported also in that after the outbreak of the COVID-19. So this study is basically be based on the case study of Bangladesh, and they have a very good aquaculture over there. And inspiring from there, we have chosen this particular topic to be chosen for this. And as per the our country is concerned, Indian fisheries and aquaculture sector, they also represent very economical and prominent important sector for contributing to the nation's economy. And but the thing is, WSD, that is your white spot disease, it is a very contagious viral infection which has been facing problem with the shrimp farmers. And why it is very contagious? Because the transformation is due to the virus, and the transmission of the virus is disease is horizontal. As if many of you are working on the medical field, so they must be knowing that the spreading of the virus is done with the vertical as well as the horizontal. If the transmission is horizontal, it is very dangerous, and generally the mortality rate is 1% or 2%, like we have already seen in COVID-19 when the outbreak has been done. The similar thing has been happening with these, and this is a very painful things for the shrimp farmers. Hence, we have opted this particular choice, particular topic. Now, next. This is basically a literature survey of this particular paper. As you can see in the paper that the study have been actually be started or coined at 2018. In the year of 2018, many of the researchers have been started working on this, and Edel et al. They have coined first with the image processing techniques using machine learning, just to identify the spots, that white spot onto the particular shrinks on that, and they have diagnosed that this kind of spots are dangerous, and they can have a behavior of WSD over there. And they have utilized machine learning and swarm optimization for identification and prediction of that particular disease. Later on in the year 2020, 21, 23, 22 till 22, many of the tools have been developed, and in 2020, very major contribution have been given using transfer learning in the year of 2020 and 2020. And we have taken many of the studies. These are only a significant studies which I have seen in the paper, but there are many of the studies available. You may go through with the article. So these were the literature review on that. Next. So basically the material method, which is more important for all of us. I don't know the complete diagram why it is not coming over there. See what happened. Initially, as per the material method, what are the actual steps which needs to be followed for developing any of the for this particular tip? Initially, we have created one subset of the original dataset. The dataset link is already provided onto the link. That is, we have taken from Bentley, and this is a real case study from Bangladesh. So we may get that particular data set, and yes, for the data set also, I mentioned many of the characteristics over there, many of the parameters were there, but most of the parameters which we have taken on that, like the characteristics of the farm, which is very important. So the type of the soil, how depth the canal is, and size of the pond, size of the land, what that are, and specifically the pH value or the temperature of the land. These are the major vital characteristics which needs to be taken care because the virus will be developed in that kind of a culture only, right? And the historical occurrences of the WSD also, if the previous land type is having WSD occurrences over there, then definitely it will be there. And current culture of the farm, and very related to details of the particular farm, like chemicals, what chemicals they have used into the pond, what substitutions they have taken in the chemical, what are the different factors of the water quality over there. So these are the major parameters of the data set. So overall, the data set was in the categorical form, and the values which were not categorical, we have given some assigned values over there. So assigned values will be given over there so that we may have the categorical data over there, and hence we have chosen for the further list of that. So why we have done this? So random forest and random forest as well as sky prediction have been done. Now why we have chosen random forest? It is an ensemble technique, and why we have chosen random forest. First, the biggest problem with the random forest, it generates the trees of the predictions very fast, and the learning time it is very fast, but as the data set is being developed more and more, it becomes very slow by giving you the prediction. So hence we have assembled the things, because only not with a single random forest classification techniques will work well for the prediction. Hence we have assembled that with the kite prediction. And with the kite prediction, the important thing with the kite is that it generally will determine and analyze the chi-square values of all the observations there, and afterwards it will take out the maximization or the minimization, whatever optimization or statistical value you wanted to take out, that you may mention over there as a threshold, and afterwards you may get the comparisons of that. So many of the results I have mentioned over here, that as per the accuracy, like F1 score we have taken, F2 will have been taken RUC, AUC, afterward precision, recall, and many of the other results were also there, and total how many negatives were there, how many positives will be there, likewise, and these many other results, and we have found that ensemble scores very good values at the validation time. Like when we have made the accuracy predictions over there, validation type we have very good and prompt results at the time of validation itself. And after that also we have increased many of the accuracy percentage. Like we can see in the next slide that when we have taken a random forest, the model accuracy were given 97.7. No, 97.7 only, and for the random forest, AUC value was 1.02, and the Gini index was 1.0. These were the three parameters which we have taken for the comparisons. For type protection, it has 97.85, and AUC and Gini index were very much reduced, and a proposed model, that is the ensembled one or the combination of random forest as well as the kite. That time we have taken 98.28, which was the highest accuracy. Hence we have recommended this particular model for that. And AUC and Gini index also have been reduced drastically. So overall, if we can say, the present study is actually predicting the white spot diseases for the shrimp farmers, which is very helpful. And this method will be actually be using the ensembled technique, that is the combination of your random forest as well as CHAID score, which gives you accurate system for 98.28%, and the study have been already taken by the Bangladesh government for the further upcoming years to get the studies over there, and they have taken this tool for grant also. So this is all about the particular paper or the article. If anyone has having any question, they may ask.
What do you mean by ensemble?
Sorry, ensemble. See, these are the references. Ensemble, that means a combination of two of the techniques. See, there are many of the supervised learning as well as unsupervised learning, right? What happened with a single one, you cannot get like many of the cases. If you try that now, so take out one supervised learning, any of the classification algorithm you can take out, and afterwards, what happened? The results, whatever you have contained, that can be merged. Take out that as a another feature. Take out the result as one of the other feature, and then try that particular model with some other supervised learning. And that combination is actually
rather than
ensemble.
using a single
Exactly.
algorithm, we are using more than one technique.
Yes,
to
exactly.
get the
And what happened?
results.
The results will be behaving as a feature, one kind of a feature. So feature engineering plays a very vital role at that time. So after pre-processing, you may decide what kind of parameters are more concerned for you, and that you may take as a added feature over there. Like through PCA, you may give that. So that is ensemble. Anyone else?